Oh, my bad. Welcome back. Today we're at St. G and we're doing Gen C, which stands for Culture, Connection and Creation with Schools. Don't forget to catch us on DSTV 285 and GoTV 25 at 5 p.m. Also, be sure to not forget our socials at 2 p.m.
And don't forget that every Thursday we have a one-pager in the Namibian Sun, Republican and Arted. Now, let's not keep the headmaster waiting. Come on, Tariq. No, this way.
Hi there. Are you tired of endlessly scrolling through your phone looking for information about MyZone schools? Well, if you are, you came to the right place because we are introducing Synergy chatbots that puts all the information that you need in one convenient space. After saving the chatbot number, you simply enter your region, you simply enter your school and follow all of the instructions that the chatbot has to offer. After following the instructions, you'll start seeing the information on any school that you want to see popping up quickly and conveniently. And this is how easy and seamless it is to use this chatbot app on your mobile device. So whether it's school history, whether it's editorial team, whether it's even your grade 12 results, chatbot has everything and more to offer at the simple convenience of one click at a time. Just like that, you'll have all the information that you need of all things to do with your schools. It's like having a handy little academic assistant right in your pocket. So do contact the number on the screen to access the Synergy chatbot for all things MyZone schools.
I'm Portia Ikela and I've been a learner at St. George's for what feels like forever. And now I'm here seated with the head of college.
I'm Mrs. Renee van Niekerk. I'm the head of the college at St. George's. I've also been at the school for 8 years and I've been the headmaster here at the college for the last 2 years.
Now, throughout my years at St. George's, I've kind of wondered what type of values you try to instill in our students here.
So academics is only one part of what we do with any student that comes through our school, but it's also part of, in helping them to develop as a person, as a whole, and not just the academic part, but also helping you to understand the place that you will fulfill one day when you leave school here, so that you have, you're grounded in the values that you want to portray and be the best person or the best version of yourself going forward.
Okay, now that you're the headmaster at the college, I'd like to ask you, what inspired you to be a principal, or specifically here at St. George's?
So I don't think it's something that you really kind of plan so much. I've always been, the chemistry teacher and really enjoyed working with all the students, especially teenagers, love them. And I guess over time, as you develop, you realize that maybe you can play a different role. And not just a role in the classroom, although I still like to teach and I do try and always have my teaching to do as well, but also play a role in a different way. And I think that's how it ended up, taking this on. I'm learning a lot still every day because, it's a completely different role to what I had normally. So, but I like it very much, yeah, and especially working with all of you guys.
We love a headmaster that loves her job to run the school
properly.
Thank you. Yeah. So we sort of see the St. George's School logo literally everywhere in some of our pins here, even the 20-year college pin, and here is our school emblem. So we just wanted to ask, what's the meaning behind that, or the anchor in it?
So the anchor itself comes from when they decided to have the school emblem many years ago. As you know, the prep's already quite a few years old. They actually took the anchor from the Anglican Church emblem, and it just demonstrates again being anchored, in our religion and our faith, in the church itself, our relationship with them, but also in general, it kind of just shows how we are anchored in life as St. Georgians.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, friends!
So in the spirit of entertainment, here are just a few sneak peeks of what the matric farewell went like.
Good day in my mind, seem to take a step out. Get some air now, let your edge out. To some iceberg, you'll be heavy in my mind. Can you get the heck out? I need rest now, got me bummed out. You, baby, baby, baby. I've been on my empty mindset. I should've kept from losing the best in me. I worry that I wasted the best in me. Oh, you baby, you don't care. Sometimes I be a nuisance, it's just urgent. Tryna make sense of little change, got me a war in my mind. Gotta let go and wait, can't keep what's holding me. Choose the right, or it will pick up in front of me. All the while, I wait my almost feel with a smile. Still wanna try, still believe in good days. Always inside, good that they're in my mind. Help me unlock my fears, my limitations. I disappear if you let me. Feeling like Jericho, feeling like Joe. We lost this shit, gotta hold my own, my cross to bear a long night. Ooh, way to dip, way to kill the mood. No, you like that shit, can't prove it, baby, baby. Heavy on my empty mindset. I gotta keep from losing the best of me. Still worry that I wasted the best of me. Oh, you babe, you don't care. Sometimes I be a nuisance, it's just urgent. Tryna make sense of little change, got me a war in my mind. Gotta let go and wait, can't keep what's holding me. Choose the right, but it will pick up in front of me. All the while, I wait my almost feel with a smile. Still wanna try, still believe in good days. Sunny inside, good that they're in my mind. Gotta get right, tryna free my mind before the end of the world. I don't miss no ex, I don't miss no text. I choose not to respond. I don't regret, just pretend shit never happened. Half of us laying waste to our youth is in the present. Half of us chasing fountains of youth and it's in the present now.
Okay, guys, so for our next segment, we're doing art. And today I'm here with.
Amy Britz.
So, art is something that mainly relies on inspiration. And so, speaking of inspiration, is there any artist that inspires you?
I like Van Gogh, the art piece Starry Night. He always said, "I put my mind and heart into a art piece, and it's a progress where I lose myself." And I think if you are somebody who does art, or you have like art form, you really get lost into it and like feel you're one with it. So, and doing ballet and art is just something you get lost in. I could do it for hours and on. Yeah.
Okay, so moving on with our second question is, what is your best art piece and what challenges did you face while making it?
I think is like the charcoal face on the wall. The challenges I faced with that was the shading. The shading was something I hated, but I pulled through at the end because it was endless nights. I shall say that endless nights of just doing it over and over and over until I got it perfect. But in the end, when I look at it, it's actually really good, even though the times I said no, it's not, but it is.
Moving on to our third and final question is, how do you stay motivated when a project's difficult?
Oof, this one is a tough question. I just have to take a break from it because if I constantly continue to do it, I know I'll just stay like drained and I can't do it anymore. So I think just like take a walk, take a breath, leave it there for a day or two, and then just come back to it because that's how I just like get it done with. Just come back to it after you like recovered and stuff. Yeah.
Thank you, Amy. That was a very informative interview we had.
You're welcome.
And so, finishing off with this segment, we're going to move on to the library.
So, welcome, guys, to the St. George's Library, where we have over 2,016 physical books in here. We have everything ranging from horror, fiction, comedy. And as a library monitor, it's my duty to keep the library in tip top shape for you all to come borrow books here. So, most of our students here at St. George's take English, Afrikaans, and German, and the library offers English books, Afrikaans books, and German fiction books to help our students better comprehend the subjects that they're doing. So, I'm not necessarily allowed access up here, but this is where all the AS levels and A levels come and chill and just study and get things done, basically, homework. They get their own little designated area. I should actually keep quiet a bit. Someone's busy here. So here we just have a little history collage of the school, all the way from 2004 to the early history of the school. Here's just another bit of space of the library at the bottom. This is also used as study space for all the other students, apart from the AS levels and A levels. Now the students at St. George's, what if they can't borrow a physical book? Here, you have no excuse to not read. So we do have a physical, we do have an online library called Sora, where students can search up a specific genre that they would like to read, and they can go through all of those books. And there's actually a QR code that our students can scan, and our school is registered as a Sora school. So here we just have a paper where our students can go and scan a QR code where they'll be automatically logged into Sora, as our school is registered on Sora, and they can search up literally any genre they would like to read or any book to their heart's desire that they would like to pursue. And then to our right here, we have the Sora app, and this is what it looks like upon opening. This is just the home screen. Sora is packed with a lot of features like Sora Sweet Reads and mangas, different types of genres basically. So this is the home page, and we can go here, or we can go to shelf. These are the current books that are being read, like Poor Matzah by Harvey Frink, things like that. And then you can even go as far as to search up the books that you would like to read or explore. So there are collections here. We can maybe search up any genre that we'd like. We can go to the recently searched, like, let's say, the complete cookbook for teens, and then it will give you a lovely not demonstration, but a lovely recommendation that you can read or related books. Now, on St. George's grounds, you may see a few special students that might catch your eye in the white blazer. And to my left, we have
Mark Sard.
Mark. Please tell us, how do you necessarily get the white blazer?
Well, Round Square is all about following the ideals, which are internationalism, democracy, environment, adventure, leadership, and service. And so it is essential to complete each one of those pillars in order to receive your white blazer.
Okay, so Mark, now for us who are chasing the white blazer or aiming to get the white blazer, what do you think was the hardest pillar to acquire?
The hardest pillar to acquire was by far internationalism, because it is quite expensive to go on international conferences. However, it was also the funnest pillar to acquire, I would say, because it is very interesting to meet other people and to learn new perspectives and to attend these conferences where you really open up your way of thinking and you learn a lot about the world around you.
Okay, nice answer. Nice answer. What do you think? What does Round Square mean to you?
Well, Round Square to me is really the foundation of everything about life at St. George's. It's sort of the pillars of who you should be, and it's a guidance towards the personality that you aim to build across the years you spend here at the college.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Thank
Makes
you.
our road a lot more easy when we are aiming to get the white blazer. Now we're just going to give you guys a little taste of what Round Square means in the following segment.
Welcome back, guys. So for our last segment, we'll be sitting with the SRCs.
My name is Tasneem Omarkbi, head girl.
I'm Cameron Fraser, head boy.
So my question is, what do you do in your free time?
That's a very interesting question. For me, in my free time, for one, I love to play with my cat. I dabble in a bit of reading, a lot of studying, because, grade 12 AS is not a joke. I love to watch Netflix. Netflix and chill is my go-to every single time. That's pretty much it.
I think the question is pretty cool. Thinking about what I do in my free time and listening to what she said, I should probably say I study a lot, but I don't study as much as I need to. She definitely helps me with my studying, but I do also, I watch a lot of Netflix, play a lot of games, but I'm also very sporty. I go on a lot of runs, play hockey, all that type of stuff. In general, I love to do that kind of sports and all those things. In general, it's just something I find really fun. And whereas AS is really tough, I do find time to enjoy all of it with my friends and other SRC colleagues, yeah.
So, moving on to our second question, what is your biggest pet peeve?
Biggest pet peeve? I don't think I've really thought about that stuff much, but if I have to get something from the top of my head, maybe I hate being late. That's a pet peeve on my part, like for myself. I hate it when I make plans and they don't end up working in the end. That's also a huge pet peeve. I don't know what else. People that don't share, that's another thing. I don't really like that much. That's all I can think of at the moment.
Pet peeves are kind of difficult to think of because it's not just something that irritates you a lot. But I think if there's something that I really, it just gets on my nerves is when I have someone that's walking really slow in front of me, especially if I have a place to be, or it really gets me going. I'm trying to go somewhere and this person is just walking so slow, we don't have a place to be. Literally, I have so many people, I'm walking, and I'm walking and I turn around, they're all the way back there because they're taking so much time. And it really gets on my nerves so much and I can't deal with it.
So, moving on to our third question is, what motivated you to become an SRC?
Sure, that's a pretty deep question, I'm not going to lie. The first time that I ran for SRC, I didn't make it, I wasn't able to run because there was higher mark requirements. But then in my second year when I was in grade 11, I ran and I made it because overall I've just been told my whole life that I have potential to be a really good leader. So I thought this would be a really good place to test the waters, see how I'm doing, see if I have what it takes. And in that first year I learned a lot and I really did love to lead. I love to do everything. I love to help a lot of people. And then the second time I ran, I made it again. And I just realized that I have such a passion for leading. I just love helping other people around. I love the planning of events. In general, the whole thing of SRC, I love every part of it. So I think it was the most important thing in my life.
Okay, for me, when I joined Sanji, I started in grade 10. That's normally where SRC starts. So I couldn't run in grade 10 because obviously all of that election stuff happens the year before. So watching the friends that I made in grade 10, especially the ones that were SRCs, what they did, how they went about their days, how they did things, I don't know, it inspired me to the point where I felt that was something I wanted to do as well. So I ran in grade 10, made it for grade 11, and that was my first year of SRC, it was really great. So I think my experience throughout grade 11 SRC and the responsibilities I was given, how I was developing my character, that kind of motivated me to run again. Cameron was also a big factor because we joined the same year in grade 11. So we were both newbies on SRC, same year. So yeah, when SRC ended grade 11, he was part of my motivation that made me run again for grade 12. And also for head boy and head girl, he was really a big part of that. So yeah, I'd say overall it was the people I looked up to, my friends that were in SRC. They motivated me, and just myself, I wanted to test how far I could get. So yeah, I was really proud of the fact that I got far enough.
Okay, so moving on to our fourth and final question, it's, what is your biggest accomplishment been as an SRC?
Okay, well, for me, I'd say to begin, the most obvious would be making head goal. That was not something I planned in the beginning when I first ran for SLC, but it was something that fell into my lap. I accomplished it, and I'm really proud of that. So that's one thing. Another thing is it's not really much of an accomplishment, more like of something I've had to acquire, which was some sort of character development. Like, it made me the person that I am today, and I think a part of my personality is now how I do SLC, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think those are my biggest accomplishments. The friends I've made in SLC, making head goal, and yeah, just how I've grown.
In terms of accomplishments, I'll probably sound like a parrot here, but I think making headway was definitely one of my biggest achievements. I remember 2-3 years ago, if you had told me that I'd be here, I would probably laugh at you because there's no way. I still remember the first year that I was on SRC, there was obviously the headway announcements, and then there was someone sitting behind me and they said that could be you in a year's time. And I thought there's no way, because I thought that there were other candidates that would do better than I did. And then fast forward the year later, and I did make the position that I was very passionate about. And I thought that that's really something I aimed for. Like, I was literally, because we did the voting in November, end of November, and we only got the results January, and that had me stressed. There would be random times Tasneem and I are texting each other thinking sure, we really want this. What if we don't get it? Yeah. Another thing, one of my biggest accomplishments, it might sound like a bit silly, but how well our events have always gone. Some people have always seen it that it's a bit of a struggle to get popular events that might a lot of people enjoy, but the events that I've been a part of and that we've really led, it always ended up going well. Like the Valentine's dances, people really enjoyed. Our carnivals, people from other schools came, they enjoyed it a lot as well. So just the fact that I'm able to run these events, all the money, the fact that I'm able to run these events and that type of thing, it really makes me happy because it means I can accomplish things like that.
Okay, so now we're joined with our two awesome SRCs.
I'm Kaylee.
I'm Tinashe.
And so the first question I'll be asking you guys is, what inspired you to become an SRC?
There was a lot of factors that inspired me, and one of them was Tinashe, because we always do things together. So when she said she was running, I said I would run, and we could do it together. Another thing is Round Square. Round Square is a big thing at our school, and to get leadership, I had to become an SRC or a sports captain. So SRC was there for me.
Kaylee also inspired me to become SRC, as well as my teacher, Miss Ephraim. She told me I'd be a good contributor to becoming SRC. And I think I also just wanted to come out of my comfort zone and be out, more out and in front of other people and, yeah.
Those are some brilliant answers. So moving on to our second question is, are there any goals you wish to accomplish as an SRC?
I wish to make a difference, that I'm not just an SRC that went past and they're like, oh yeah, she was there. Actually be there and they'll be like, oh, she did this for me, she helped me with that, instead of just being there to be there.
For me, I want to hear what people have a problem with in the school and do my best to change that for them as well. And I think it's also a thing of where people don't have much of a voice when they're not SRC. So I want to be a voice for those who don't have, the courage.
Thank you again, guys. So for our third and final question, this will be, what are some goals that you have accomplished so far?
I think that a lot of students have become more comfortable with asking me questions. For instance, we have a big soccer tournament coming up between us and St. Paul's, and a lot of students have questions about uniform, and that we can help them with that. And yeah.
I think I've accomplished being more comfortable, telling people what's right and what's wrong, because usually I'm shy to tell people that they're not doing the right thing. And I think also maybe as well helping people as well. Some people ask me questions as well, like Kaylee said, and then I help.
I also wanted to add one more thing. I've learned to speak up. Every morning, there's an SRC that does devotion or prayer. And the first time I did it, my voice was shaky. I had no idea what I was saying. And then now I can do it, still shaky, but much better. And if I see something's not right, I'd rather, like, I'll say something now instead of just letting it go by because we actually have a say in something.
Those were some brilliant answers you guys gave. So from me and my SRCs, it's goodbye.
Tariq, what did you think about this episode of Generation C?
And I personally loved it a lot. I love how we got to learn a lot more about our principal, about our SRCs and the head boy and head girl. And I love that we really got to expand our minds on our school.
Oh, true. We should definitely do this sometime again.
I agree.
Okay, bye, Tariq.
Bye.
Wait, Tariq, we didn't film an outro.
Oh, my bad.
Don't forget to catch Generation C on MyZone socials at 2 p.m. every Thursday and DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25 at 5 p.m.
Also, don't forget to check out our one-pager in the Republican, the Namibian Sun, and ANZ.
Okay, now from me and
Tariq.
that's goodbye.
Goodbye.